experiencing some sleepless nights because there's just too many exciting things happening in Team Effort Network. Only thing I can say is that you all are really in a position of favor. You have no idea what you have chosen to do in being a part of Team Effort Network, and just, continue to listen and continue to stay plugged in. Continue to listen to what's happening on the calls. Continue to have your TTPs and your big Super Saturdays events, because this time next year, I'm telling you, you're just not going to be able to stand yourself. You're going to be so grateful and thankful for Mel and Amy Gill, who presented this opportunity to each and every one of us. And now it's our job to make sure we share everything that's taking place with these 10 vitamin sprays and the one-of-a-kind compensation plans that are just setting people on the course of greatness. Well, once again, thank you all for dialing into the Team Effort Lifestyle call. We have a fantastic call today. Can't wait for you all to hear from the leaders that's going to be on with us today. So let me stop right here and bring on my business partner, One Star, Pastor Dale Wafer. Are you there, sir? Unmute, Pastor Dale. One Star, Pastor Dale Wafer calling you. Are you there this morning, sir? And as he's getting to the call, let me just continue to thank each and every one of you once again for being here while Pastor Dale's coming to what I'm going to do, because I'm very excited about who's going to be on the call today. I'm very excited about what's going to happen this weekend, and I want you to hear from where all this fire is starting from in Detroit, Michigan. Let us start by welcoming to the call the one and the only Mr. T. Are you there, sir?
Yes, I am, Pastor Denise. Thank you for that introduction.
You are so welcome. It is so good to have you on this call. You know how long we've been trying to get you on this call right here? I mean, I know you started your own thing as you're calling the evenings, but it's so good to have you here with us this morning.
And I apologize. That's how it is sometimes when you have a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old and you got school and babysitting and all that to handle in the morning, but I try to show up when I can.
I understand it well. But Mr. T, before you go, can you let them know the calls that you're having on this same line, the days and the times?
Yes, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, an hour before Pat's call, we try to, sort of focus on the opportunity, and then we push our people over to the product call. But the calls are titled, Show Me the Money calls, and we sort of focus on the money and the opportunity. We also highlight the product. So if you have people who are interested in the opportunity, definitely push them to those calls at 8 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. I think after our last call on Tuesday, we actually had several people that, signed up. We may have had about 25 on the call, but we had about 3 or 4 sign-ups. So it turned out to be pretty effective.
Very great call. It's a wonderful call. So those who just want us to, like you said, show me the money. Where is the money in this? And that is an excellent call for you to listen into Mr. T and the selected speakers that he had on that call.
Pastor D, did he tell you what his name when we called him?
No, he didn't. Oh, okay.
It's Mr. T Money Morale. Mr. T Money Morale.
Works for me.
Well, Mr. T, you guys have been rocking and rolling. You guys have been doing some great things, man. And you got a team growing out there in Detroit, amongst other places. You got Las Vegas coming online, and California. You got a number of things going on. Tell us a little bit about the team that you're going to bring on today, and then introduce us to some of them.
Sure, absolutely. And just like you said, now is definitely the time. And I just want to highlight real quick. We just started those calls in the evening, and definitely expect those to grow and flow. But the team that I have coming on today, I'm just very excited about. I've been working with them for I've known Carolyn and George for, about 15 years. We worked together, had some tremendous success, broke some records. I know Carolyn and I'm getting ready to introduce Carolyn. Both her and I broke records, or actually caused one company to change their comp plan twice. I caused them to change it the first time, and then she followed up 2 months later, and they made another tweak. And, we kind of joke about it, but that's the one thing that we can appreciate about Mel and Amy. just because, we start making a lot of money, we don't have to worry about them changing the comp plan. With that company, we caused them to change the comp plan, and they took money away from us, and that's why we chose to leave them. Here, it's the complete opposite. But anyways, back to Carolyn. Just a great leader. She's built groups of thousands before. I tell you, when it comes to packing a room out with people, Carolyn's actually one of the best in the industry, hands down. And definitely looking forward to coming out there in Detroit. And Carolyn, if you're there, why don't you just come to the line and share what's on your heart, what you see happening in Detroit, the products, the money, the opportunity. Take it away, Carolyn.
Thank you, Thaddeus. I want to just say how excited I am to be a part of Team 10, and I'm very excited to be partnering up with you with this opportunity. How we got connected is that I was disappointed in the previous company, the quality of their products, and I got up in the morning and I called you out of everybody that I know in this industry. So I feel that this is a God thing, that God meant for us to be a part of this together after everything we've been through. But my experience with 10 has just been life-changing. I'm the sole caregiver of my father that had dementia after we both took care of my mother. After she passed 3 months, he came down with dementia. So it's been a rough road for the last 3.5 years. And the stress of it was taking its toll on me. And so we were looking into perhaps having to put my father in a nursing home. But these products has brought vitality back in him, brought life back in him, restoration with him, and along with me, the energy to cope with this stress. So I am personally thankful for the D and the B, because it has changed my life, and I can sincerely say that I feel better at 47 than I did at 24. So the products themselves, because of me having to stay at home with my father, it had a situation where I was isolated from people. But because of the quality of the products that we have, I have medical doctors coming to my table, sitting in the dining room, and all types of wonderful people from Detroit that understand my circumstances, and they understand where we're positioned with this type of delivery system. So 10 is brought vitality, brought energy, brought health in my home, and it's doing the same thing to Detroit. And with that, I would like to pass it on to a gentleman who's my mentor, who I've known for over 20 years, and I'm so glad to be working with him. Mr. George Blocker, are you on the line?
I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Good. Well, thank you very much, Carolyn. Carolyn and I have known each other for about 23 years or so, and we weren't in network marketing initially, but we're excited about what's happening here in Detroit this weekend. We are very thrilled to have Pastor D, Pastor Dale, and 2 other guests from D.C., as well as Thaddeus, our hero, Thaddeus, Mr. T, and we just looking forward to having a great weekend and really starting to put Detroit on the map. And, I'm going to introduce Brenda Hall. Brenda Hall is one of my frontline enrollees, and we're just blessed to have her in our organization. Her brother also is a big-time bishop here in Detroit. And I'll tell you, Thaddeus talks on this call on Tuesdays and Thursdays about Detroit and how they sell products before we got them. And this is a lady that did it when she got her products in here in the house before her initial kit came. Those 20 products were sold. And that blew me away, because the real salesperson in our group was always Carolyn, so we have a second real salesperson in our group, which is what I'm not, a salesperson. But without further ado, what I'd like to do is turn it over to Miss Denise Hall. Linda Hall, I'm sorry.
Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, first of all, I want to thank God for this company, for bringing this product to us. I want to thank Pastor Denise. Yes, I talked to you on the phone. Carolyn, I want to thank you for taking your time, because you really didn't know me at first. You really, really didn't know me. But you came to my house, and I want to thank my upline, George. George, thank you, because he was so concerned about me. That's why I'm on the phone this morning. I was sick for about 3 to 4 weeks. If anybody have had problems with their lungs, they understand what I'm fixing to say. I had sarcoidosis, and your doctor tells you don't catch cold. I caught a cold, and my lungs began to fill up. I didn't want to go in the hospital, because when you go to the hospital, they want to put you on steroids. And so I went to urgent care, and I had to go to urgent care. And when I went to urgent care, the doctor said, your lungs are so filled up, they're congested. So she gave me some antibiotics, and when I got on the antibiotics, she said, take those, and she said, perhaps you're going to have to get on steroids. Right away, I said, no. She said, well, just let me write you the prescription, and if you don't need it, throw it away. I went and got the antibiotics filled. I did not get the steroids filled, because I know what steroids do to me. So I didn't get them filled, but I went and taken the antibiotics. It still didn't help me. I was weak. I was congested. I could not talk. I could barely, hardly get around, because if your lungs are filled and you can't hardly talk, it takes everything for you to just speak. And so what I did, I taken antibiotics. Nothing really happened. So I just broke down. I said, I've got to go and get these steroids filled. And I went and got them filled. I began to take them. I didn't want to, but I knew I was in trouble. I had to do something. So I taken the steroids, and I did get some relief, not much. My lungs were still filled. And when it happened, George heard about me being sick. And matter of fact, he had heard me speaking, because I wasn't speaking much, but I would just talk just a little bit, and I would get off the phone. And he said, I didn't know. My daughter told me, Mother, you've got to go to the hospital. I said, just wait a few minutes. Just give me till 4 o'clock. She said, Mother, you're going. And to my amazement, Carolyn, you knocked on my door. You say, I'm Carolyn. George sent me here to give you some product. And when she said, I want you to take and spray. And I sit there and I said, thank you. And I began to spray. I sprayed the D. I sprayed the B. I call them twins. B and D are my twins. And then I taken the Super 10. And in about 7 minutes, my lungs became clear. I said, God, I thank you. I ran down to my neighbor, because she knew the shape that I was in. I said, my lungs are clear. Carolyn ran to her. She was going to her car. And Carolyn didn't even know I went to my neighbor's to tell her about the product and tell her the relief that I had gotten. And I said, Carolyn, she was parking her car. I said, come here. And she came in, met my neighbor, knew the neighbor, because she had knew something about her. In the midst of me going to my neighbor, telling her about it, the relief that she seen that I had in my lungs, that my lungs were clear, she joined the same day. So I just thank God for the team. George, I thank you for being so concerned. Carolyn, I thank you for coming way across town. This was not just a hop, skip, and a jump. She had to come a ways to me. And these are not people that really, really know me, but they knew that George knew the shape that I was in. And George, I thank you every day. because you've got to care for people first and then tell them about the product. Because if George didn't care and wasn't concerned about my health, I wouldn't have never known about it. George, thank you. And thank you for the company. Pastor Denise, and I've also called you. Thank you for taking the time, because you've been able to explain it to people that I was not able to explain it to. I thank God for this team. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wow, my goodness. I mean, what do you say to that? I mean, Brenda, my gosh. I did not know your story. I just heard little glimpses of your story. And to hear that, my goodness, it's just an amazing opportunity that was presented to you. But more than that, people who cared about you got you some product that they knew worked and began to work in your life. And so let's before we move back to George and Carolyn and Mr. T, how do you feel now? You've been on the product now for a month or so. How do you feel now? What is your overall health now?
I feel excellent. Do you hear me speaking? I feel excellent. And I call the G and the B twins. Those are my twins. And I do in the morning, this is my routine. I pray and I spray. I pray and I Wow. We're going to coin that phrase. I pray and I spray.
I love it.
We have to get a T-shirt for that.
Oh, no, right? We got to get a T-shirt for that. I pray and I spray. Wow. Well, I tell you, that is so marvelous to hear how well you're doing. I can't wait to meet you this weekend when we come down to Detroit with you guys. And, George, you and I have talked many times, and, we're really excited about what's going on there. And you said something to me, George, weeks and weeks ago, and just really impressed upon me how committed you guys at Detroit was. And I want you to really just kind of reiterate that or reiterate that a little bit more. We were talking, and you said, Pastor Dale, he said, I don't think you know how serious we are about this business in Detroit. And you said, we're going to blow the hinges off the door in this company because of this. And you said, I want you to know something about Carolyn. You said, Carolyn is a master closer. Carolyn can close people. And talk to us a little bit about, that dynamic of what you see in this company and why you made that statement to me.
Well, thank you very much. Can you hear me okay right now?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, yeah, this is, I'm not a guy that gets emotional, although I'm a little tender-minded to say. But this is great, just hearing Mrs. Hall's story again and again and again. And thank you, Mrs. Hall. You're quite welcome. I'm just about helping people all my life. And I'll tell you, Tim is special to us, and we're going to tear the hinges off the door because we have to. I mean, our livelihood, I'm 61, and so I'm not a spring chicken, but our lives depend upon Tim, and they've depended upon network marketing for many years, and we've been misled by a lot of companies that, look to be good ones. So don't take Tim lightly. If this is one of your first network marketing ventures, you are really blessed and lucky. In terms of Carolyn and I, we started with a company, a big company here. It started in Detroit, and we knew the founders, and they were in the long-distance industry, and I won't go any further than that. But what I found out very quickly, because I didn't know her that long, and I didn't know her that well, and I didn't know where the skill level was. But when we started taking our show on the road, which is what we had to do, I would give the presentation, which I love to do, but I'm not one heck of a closer. I kind of a prototype closer because I'm a recruiter by trade. But Carolyn, I'm going to tell you, we once had 10 people in the room, and we had traveled 3 hours to that meeting. And at the end of the meeting, I'd say 80% of the people were called, 8 out of 10. And almost everybody eventually ended up coming to the room, and it was because of her. So that's why I said that. And we had a few thousand people in our group. And what I would say is really a good opportunity, but a poor opportunity in terms of compensation. So we expect with this plan and these products, and you can expect the same thing, to just tear the hinges off the door. Back to you, Pastor Dale.
Wow, I tell you. Pastor Denise, anything you want to ask or make comments about before we kick it back to Carolyn and Mr. T?
You know, I'm glad you gave me a chance to pull myself together after hearing Brenda, because I was definitely sitting over here in tears listening to her story. And this is the great thing that Mel and Amy Gill constantly repeat. And we as executive founding members and LLC, DC Qualifies, we know that our number one product is changing people's lives. And as I was listening to Brenda's story, and you can just see the trail of people helping one another from city to city, from state to state. Started with Mr. T, who reached out to Carolyn, and a long-time friendship. That's a long-time friendship, but reached out to her knowing the many plans that Carolyn had been involved with, which we learned in Las Vegas. And then Carolyn listening to George, who knew the condition that Brenda was in. And George's heart for Brenda called Carolyn and sent Carolyn to Brenda's house. And Carolyn not even knowing Brenda, but just with the passion and the desire to want to help people, which is what we're learning here in 10. We just have a flock of people who are passionate about just helping one another, changing people's lives. And George, thank you for that love and the concern that you have for your friend Brenda. And Carolyn, thank you for going to someone's house you didn't even know, but you went because you know that there was a need. And it's just wonderful to hear these stories unfold on these calls. It is just life-changing. These stories are just incredible, but they're true and they're tangible, and they're ongoing. We are in such a position of favor, and I'm just moved by everything I've heard today. So, Pastor Dale, I'm going to give it back to you to turn it over to Mr. T.
Well, I tell you, it really is, and Pastor Denise said it right. We have 5 sprays that are hitting the market, and we just launched our company last month. We got a fabulous compensation plan, and so in our sister division, My Video Talk, we got 6 products in that company. But guys, you know what? The number one product is changing people's lives. If we can change as many people's lives as possible, we never have to worry about our financial, our finances here in this company. Because one thing we know about Mel and Amy Gill, they're not scared to write big checks. So we're really excited about that. So Mr. T, back to you.
Well, wow. That's all I can say. And, folks, this just started with the phone call. What you heard this morning started with the phone call. I never forget Carolyn. It was the middle of the day, and you got to understand, Carolyn, when Carolyn calls, it's either she's ready to sign someone up, she's about business. So I hadn't heard from her in a while, and I looked at the phone, and I said, okay, Carolyn's called me, something's up. And I answered the phone, and she's like, Mr. T, what are you doing? She said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm doing 10, the spray vitamin. I've been kind of talking to George a little bit about it, and I know you were involved with another company, but it just happened to be the right time for her. And she called me, it was about 10 days before 10 University, and I was still contemplating on, should I go to 10 University or not, or should I wait on the East Coast? You guys had an event coming up, and I was going to try to go out that way because I had some people in the Maryland area. But she called me about 10 days before the 10 University, and within about 15 minutes of me explaining the sprays and everything else, she says, I'm in, hold on, let me get my brother Will on the phone. Okay, and we come to 10 University. Just that quick. And folks, if you've been prospecting people, don't give up on them. Stay in touch, even if they're in other network marketing companies. I'm constantly getting calls about this company doing something crazy, this one doing something crazy, this leader is open. And what you heard today started with the phone call based on a long-term relationship, and the timing was just right. And like Carolyn said, it was a godsend. I can't explain it any way better than that. But I'm just thankful for the call, and Carolyn, I'm so glad that we're all hooked up here again, and George as well, and Miss Hall, and just like they said, Detroit is on fire. So, Pastor Dale, I don't know, Carolyn, if you want to say anything else.
I just want to let everybody know that Detroit, we love everybody, and just anyone that's in driving distance that can get here needs to be there. This will be a life-changing experience. We're wounded people, we're hurt people, but we're loving people. And together, we're going to change lives, and we're going to transform the world. Thank you. God bless.
Wow. Well, thank you. Well, thank you guys so much for what you guys are doing. Great story. We haven't really had you guys really on the tel call, and so it's great for you guys to debut this tel call as a team before your meetings. And you know, you're having a Friday night meeting there Friday night there at the hotel, the Holiday Inn Express. And what time is that meeting? Is that 7 o'clock?
That's at 7 p.m. on Friday night at 25100 Northwestern Highway in Southfield, Michigan. And then Saturday morning, our Super Saturday, is going to be streamed live. It's going to be at 10 a.m. from 10 to 2 on Saturday at the same location.
All right. So we have you have two opportunities to get guests in that area. I know Diane and I have family in the Southfield area, matter of fact, down the street from that hotel, and we're looking to get them to that meeting. We've been contacting them as well. If you have anybody in that area, guys, you want to get them to this meeting because you want to get them connected with a team that's going to help them grow. And they might as well meet that team at this big event. We always talk about the big events. Big things happen at big events. I can't wait to see what happens on Friday night and Saturday. And yes, Pastor Denise, myself, founding member Jesse Bowden is going. Maureen Murphy-Smith was coming, but she had an emergency come up. She just called me this morning and let me know she was not going to be able to make it. So, Carolyn, if you can make the adjustments there for the hotel for her. But we will be there. We're going to come out. We're coming to serve you guys, so whatever you need from us, we're going to give you everything we got. And looking forward to hugging some necks and getting to put some faces with some of these voices that we've been hearing. And it's going to be a great time. So thank you guys for joining us on the team. Mr. T. Money Morrell, man, I tell you, you're doing a great job, man. I can't wait to see you this weekend.
Same here, my brother. Looking forward to seeing you guys.
You know, if you all have...
All right.
I'm sorry. So if you all, the next time you're at a big event like a 10th anniversary, if you haven't had a chance to meet or talk with Mr. T, you want to make it your business to make sure you get with him. He's been with Melanie and Miguel for years. You know, he's kind of quiet in the background. He's doing a lot of work. And, Carolyn, we had the privilege of meeting you in Las Vegas. What a joy and a blessing to meet you. George, definitely looking forward to meeting you. And Brenda, you know, I'm coming for you, girl. You know, I'm looking forward to meeting you, Brenda. So this has been a great call. And it's like Carolyn said, if you're in Detroit and the surrounding area, you want to be there. You want to be there, get your friends and your guests and your family in the house. It's going to be life-changing. You're going to really begin to see that 10 is more than just a network marketing company. It's a culture. It's a life changer. It's a freedom. I can't even get the words out of my mouth. We know that we have what is needed, and there's so many things every day that's transpiring with 10. There's another great report that's going to be coming forth. Hopefully we'll have it on next week. Just to let you know all the wonderful, miraculous things that happen in 10. And I want to share something right quick before I bring on Kevin Bond with our quote for today. I was looking up the number 10. See, none of this is by coincidence. Nothing happens by coincidence. If you look in the Hebrew dictionary, you will not find the word coincidence because things don't happen by coincidence. The number 10, I'm going to tap on the heel and I'm going to let it go. Number 10 means restoration. Did you realize that? It means restoration. It means to restore that which was taken from you, to restore back to you what was taken. Can you believe that? Restoration. That's one of the definitions of 10. Another definition of the number 10 is responsibility. See, it's our responsibility to share with the world what 10 is offering. It is each and every one of our responsibility to share what is happening with 10, because everyone in the universe needs vitamin D. Everyone needs vitamin B12 for the essential of their health, and it's our responsibility to make sure we let everyone that we know about that. So we are definitely right where we are called to be, right here with 10. And with that being said, Kevin Vaughn, do you have our quote for today, sir?
Pastor Denise Pastor Dale, everyone on the call today, I am so excited, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very humbled to hear all those wonderful people and their lives being changed. And I got to say a few comments about what these wonderful people have said so far. So I want to say to Detroit is back with things excited about it. You guys are going to take the whole state.
Kevin, you have to say that again because your call is going out. We can't hear you. It sounds like it just went, it faded out. So we didn't hear what you said about Detroit.
Hold on a minute. Let me make sure I got everything here down here. Let me make sure I got the signal. How's my signal now? My signal a little better now?
That's good. Yes, that's good.
Oh, great. Yeah, I wanted to just give a shout out to Detroit. Detroit is back and on track with 10. We are so excited about everything you guys are doing, and we're just excited about you guys taking over and building this wonderful company. Hey, Pastor Denise, we had some good people on the call today, and I just had to take some notes. I was taking notes, Pastor Denise, Pastor Dale, and guess what? I heard today, lives will be extended, ladies and gentlemen. I believe this. I believe lives will be extended because of this phrase. I believe. I heard a little bit of that today. I also believe and heard today concern for others. That was powerful, Pastor Denise, Pastor Dale, and everyone. Concern for others. I know everybody on this call is concerned for others. So be concerned for others, ladies and gentlemen, as well. Also, guess what? I heard another powerful word, care for others. Oh, that word care for others was powerful, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how you're going to meet people all around the globe, ladies and gentlemen. Just concern for others and caring for others, ladies and gentlemen. And without a doubt, how about that T-shirt coming? I pray and I spray. That's going to come out. I'm getting one. Y'all put me down for at least 100 of those shirts or something. Because come on, it's going to be a powerful shirt, ladies and gentlemen. People are going to definitely love that shirt coming out. Oh, I love that. So thank you so much, Brenda, for that wonderful story, and God bless you most of all. Pastor Denise, I'm so excited. I hope these quotes do justice today because the call was awesome without them. Really, it was awesome without them. Here's the first one, ladies and gentlemen. The first quote of the day. We want you to stay focused, motivated, and excited. Here it is. This is the one area is don't be denied. We're talking about not being denied. We're going after everything that is ours today. I will either go over you, under you, around you, or through you, but I will not be denied. That's for those who will not understand. It's okay. We love them, but we're going to keep moving. The next quote, ladies and gentlemen, is from Gail Peppers. Keep your dreams alive. Understand to achieve anything requires faith. You all have faith, I know that, and belief in yourself, vision, hard work, determination, and dedication. Remember, all things are possible for those who believe, ladies and gentlemen. Last quote of the day. The last quote of the day. Y'all stay excited here. A man and woman, or woman with a dream, and our sprays will not be denied. Back to you guys, please.
Thank you. 1-star, Kevin Vaughn, Atlanta, Georgia. Mr. Key, we got the key to life, right? Mr. T, do you have any closing remarks before we close up the line, just to encourage those who are in Detroit or need to get to Detroit to make sure that they are Friday and Saturday?
All I can say is do whatever it takes. If you gotta, just do whatever it takes to get as many people there as possible. If you have people in the vicinity and you need a freeway or some encouragement, I'm here. But, like Carolyn said, it's going to be a life-changing event, and this is just the beginning. So do whatever you can to get as many people out there as possible, and it'll definitely pay dividends in the long run. Back to you, Pastor Denise.
Thank you so much. Well, family, it has been an awesome call today. As you know, our business partner and team player, he got the Team Player Award. Mr. Terry Whitener in Chino Hill, California, has recorded this call. I'm so glad we got this call recorded because I'm going to listen to it again today. It really moved my heart to hear from each speaker that spoke today, and it's going to be posted on the Tenacious Generation Facebook page as well as Team 10 Prosperity Facebook page. So make sure you get a copy of this call and listen to it again. Share this call with your friends and your family so that people can know around the globe what's happening in 10 and be there this weekend in Detroit. And also, one other announcement. You guys aren't going to believe this. We had the March Madness promotion, and some of you may already check your email. But guess what? It has been extended. The March Madness promotion to qualify for for your mini iPad by simply signing 3 new business partners to the Diamond Package. And I know Detroit is going to clean up this weekend on these mini iPads. It has been extended to March the 31st. So if you were just one short, you now have until the 31st to get your other qualified person to win that mini iPad and walk across the stage in Treasure Island in San Francisco to receive that mini iPad. And don't forget, after Detroit, we are heading to San Francisco for 10 University. Everyone that's a part of 10 needs to be at 10 University. Mel and Amy Gill, CEO and founders, will be there, as well as all the great leaders, Mr. T, Carolyn, Cecily, Brenda, and George will be there as well for 10 University. So make sure you have your reservations for that event. And be back on the call tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join Pat and Ed Loeb tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. Mr. T's call is also tonight. Please don't forget that. Right before Pat, Mr. T's call is on at 8 o'clock. The same number you're on now, the same access code to listen to Show Me the Money with Mr. T and his team at 8 o'clock tonight. That's 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Followed by Pat Loeb and Ed in North Carolina will be on the call at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tonight, the same number. And of course, Nakisha Bond is going to be giving us a live broadcast presentation. So if you want to see a live broadcast of the products and the compensation plan, Nakisha Bond, our coach on Monday, will be doing a live broadcast using the My Vida Talk tools. That is at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So all the information and tools that you need to get the knowledge that you need to know about what it is you're involved in and to invite your guests is being developed for you. We're giving you everything you need to propel your business to the next level. You have the support, you have the information, you have the tools. Take every tool you can and use it to promote you. But thank you. We will meet you on the call again tomorrow morning. And know this, family, you are loved and you are greatly appreciated. God bless you all. Mwah.